Our next conditioning methods for the aerobic system is called Strongman endurance. And just like you would imagine, things like loaded carries, a variety of different loaded carries, types of sleds will fit into this. Now, if you don't have access to stones or yokes or anything like that, don't worry, you can still use a lot of different things. Primary thing we use for this is different types of loaded carries, like front rack carries, kettlebell farmer carries, trap bar farmer carries, sled pull, sled push, odd object carry like a sandbag or a heavy med ball. All of that will fit into this. Now, when we perform this work, the difference between other aerobic methods is that we have a strength component, we have a posture component, we have a grip component. So it's kind of like the loophole to strength and conditioning within the same session, which is one of the reasons I love it. But unlike other strength work, there's not as much axial loading on our skeleton that's going to make recovery harder. So it's a good way to get strength without having to load the spine. The next thing is when we perform this, we want anywhere from 30 to 90 second sets. So if we're using a sled pull and then we're supersetting that with a loaded carry, we would work anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds. Again, it can range, it doesn't have to be super set, but usually what I have people do is anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds, and then we're resting about 1 to 1, okay? And this can be done for 20 to 30 minutes at a time. Usually the variable with this is finding enough things to keep it interesting. So if I was only gonna use 2 modalities and say it's a sled and a loaded carry, then 20 minutes is probably gonna be as much as you can get from that without driving someone crazy or making them bored by doing the same thing over and over. So if you have a lot of other implements, you can certainly mix it up. But for the most part, anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes is gonna fit the bill. You can vary the sets, you can vary the loads, because the duration of the set is going to dictate how much loading you can use. So the last question to ask, who would you use strongman style endurance with? This is another one of those methods that you can use with basically anyone. It's gonna really come down to logistics. Do they have the equipment? Do they have the space to do it? But really anyone can benefit from this work. Now, does your 50-year-old mom need to be doing body weight loaded carries? Not necessarily, but she can still get some great benefit from some lighter loaded carries, maybe mixed in with some sled pushes. All right, so you can really use it with anyone. Of course, athletes are going to benefit, general fitness is going to benefit, and it's a great way to do strength and conditioning within the same session and not have it bleed into other aspects of your programming.